As you know that the crystal field theory concentrates on the splitting of d orbitals of the transition metal atom into groups as a result of electrostatic interactions between the ligands and the electrons in the unhybridized orbitals of the transition metal atom. To understand that splitting, in last lecture we talked about splitting of d orbitals in tetrahedral complexes, spectrochemical series, the effect of ligand on splitting energy, pairing energy, high spin and low spin complexes, and distribution of d electrons in T2g and Eg orbitals in octahedral complexes. In continuation to that, today we are going to discuss calculation of crystal field stabilization energy for octahedral complexes, splitting of 5 d orbitals in stronger and weaker tetrahedral field, distribution of d electrons in T2g and Eg orbitals in tetrahedral complexes, and octahedral versus tetrahedral geometry. Let us start the calculation of crystal field stabilization energy with the help of some exercises. Determine the crystal field stabilization energy if delta O is equal to 21,000 per centimeter for the D4 high spin and D4 low spin configurations. Assume the pairing energy P to be equal to 28,000 per centimeter. For D4 high spin, electronic configuration will be T2G3 Eg1. Now, crystal field stabilization energy will be equal to minus 0.4x plus 0.6y multiplied by delta O plus P. As you know that x is equal to number of electrons in T2g level, which is equal to 3 here, and y is equal to the number of electrons in Eg level, which is equal to 1. Delta O is crystal field stabilization energy for octahedral complexes and P is pairing energy. So, crystal field stabilization energy will be equal to minus 0.4 multiplied by 3 plus 0.6 multiplied by 1 delta O. Remember that for high spin up to D4 configurations, P is equal to 0. On calculation, you will get crystal field stabilization energy to be equal to minus 12,600 per centimeter. For D4 low spin, electronic configuration will be equal to T2G4. Therefore, crystal field stabilization energy will be equal to minus 0.4 multiplied by 4 delta O plus P, which is equal to minus 1.6 multiplied by 21,000 plus 28,000, as P is equal to 28,000 per centimeter. On calculation, crystal field stabilization energy will come out to be minus 5,600 per centimeter. In this example, you have calculated crystal field stabilization energy for D3 system. You can also calculate crystal field stabilization energy for other configurations. Here is an exercise for calculation of crystal field stabilization energy for D6 configuration. Given a delta O value of 10400 and 31400 per centimeter for high spin and low spin D6 ion respectively. Determine the crystal field stabilization energy in the weak field and strong field if the pairing energy P is equal to 17600 per centimeter. For D6, in weak field, the electronic configuration will be equal to T2G4 Eg2. Therefore, crystal field stabilization energy will be equal to minus 0.4x plus 0.6y multiplied by delta O plus P. Here value of x is equal to 4 and value of y is equal to 2. Therefore, crystal field stabilization energy is equal to minus 0.4 multiplied by 4 plus 0.6 multiplied by 2 delta O plus P. On putting the values of delta O and P and calculating, you will get the value of crystal field stabilization energy to be equal to 13440 per centimeter. For D6, in strong field, the electronic configuration will be T2G6. Therefore, crystal field stabilization energy will be equal to minus 0.4x plus 0.6y multiplied by delta O plus 3 into P. Here value of x is equal to 6 and value of y is equal to 0. Therefore, crystal field stabilization energy is equal to minus 0.4 multiplied by 6 delta O plus 3 into pairing energy. Putting the values of delta O and P, you will get the crystal field stabilization energy equal to minus 22560 per centimeter. You can predict the type of octahedral complex, that is whether it is high spin or low spin, with the help of spectrochemical series and with the knowledge of type of the ligand. We can see this with the help of an exercise. Determine which of these complexes are more likely to be high spin complexes. FeCN6 3 minus, FeF6 3 minus, COH2O6 3 plus, COCN6 3 minus, CONH36 3 plus and COEN3 3 plus. For Mn3 plus ion, the electron pairing energy P is about 28,000 per centimeter. Delta O values for complexes MnH2O6 3 plus and MnCN6 3 minus are 21,000 per centimeter and 38,500 per centimeter respectively. Do these complexes have high spin or low spin configurations? What would be the configurations corresponding to these states? As you know that Mn3 plus ion is D4 system. For the complex ion MnH2O6 3 plus, given that pairing energy P is equal to 28,000 per centimeter and delta O is equal to 21,000 per centimeter. Therefore, P is greater than delta O, and this complex ion is a high spin complex and its configuration will be T2G3 Eg1. For the complex ion MnCN6 3 minus, pairing energy is equal to 28,000 per centimeter and delta O is equal to 38,500 per centimeter. Since pairing energy is less than delta O, the complex is a low spin complex and its configuration is T2G4 Eg0. The magnetic behavior of the complex can also be predicted with the help of crystal field theory. That is, you can tell whether the given complex is diamagnetic or paramagnetic. Let us discuss this with the help of another exercise. Explain why CONH36 3 plus ion is diamagnetic low spin complex, whereas COF6 3- ion is a paramagnetic high spin complex. Give the electronic configuration and calculate the crystal field stabilization energy of each complex in terms of delta O. The electronic configuration of cobalt is 3d7 4s2 and for cobalt 3+ ion is 3d6. In cobalt NH3 6 3+, NH3 is strong field ligand. So, delta O will be greater than P and pairing of electrons will take place, and electronic configuration is T2G6. In COF6 3-, F- is a weak field ligand. So, delta O is less than P and electronic configuration will be T2G4 Eg2. As you know that CFSE is equal to minus 0.4x plus 0.6y multiplied by delta O. For CO NH36 3+, x is equal to 6 and y is equal to 0. Therefore, crystal field stabilization energy will be equal to minus 2.4 delta O. In COF6 3-, x is equal to 4 and y is equal to 2. Therefore, CFSE is equal to minus 0.4 delta O. You must note that we need to ignore the pairing energy as none has been stated in the problem. Now, you have to recall the splitting of d orbitals in tetrahedral complexes. The energy of T2G orbitals will be increased while that of EG orbitals will be decreased. Consequently, the d orbitals are again split into two sets. The order of energy of T2G and EG sets is reverse of that seen in octahedral complexes. You know that for octahedral complexes, the energy of EG set is higher and the energy of T2G set is lower. While that for tetrahedral complexes, the energy of T2G set is higher and that of EG set is lower. The difference in energy between these two sets is denoted by delta T. If the splitting energy delta T is smaller than pairing energy P, the electrons occupy all 5 non-degenerate orbitals singly before pairing. After all d orbitals are half filled, additional electrons then pair with electrons in the EG set. Such a complex would have the same number of unpaired electrons on the metal atom or ion as when the metal is uncomplexed and is called a high spin complex. But if the splitting energy is greater than the pairing energy, the electrons will be at lower energy if they pair in the EG orbital before any electrons occupy the higher energy T2G orbitals. Such a complex could have fewer unpaired electrons on the metal atom than when the metal is uncomplexed and is called a low spin complex. Here you can see the splitting of 5 d orbitals in stronger and weaker tetrahedral field. You can see that the value of delta T is larger in case of stronger field ligands and the value of delta T is small in case of weak field ligands. Now, we are going to discuss the distribution of d electrons in T2G and EG level in tetrahedral complexes. The first case we are taking is when the ligands are weak. We have seen that Under the influence of weak ligands, the energy difference delta T between T2G and EG sets is relatively small, and hence all the 5 d orbitals of these two sets may be supposed to be degenerate. That is, in presence of weak ligands, all the d orbitals have the same energy, and consequently the distribution of d electrons in T2G and EG sets takes place according to Hund's rule, which states that electrons will pair up only when each of the 5 d orbitals is at least singly filled. Thus, in weaker field, the first 2 electrons go to EG level, third, fourth and fifth electron will go to T2G set, sixth and seventh will go to EG set, and the remaining 3 electrons, that is 8th, 9th and 10th will occupy T2G set. This can be shown as first and second electron in EG set, then third, fourth and fifth in T2G set, sixth and seventh in EG, and after that 8th, 9th and 10th in T2G set. The second case is when the ligands are stronger. In tetrahedral complexes containing stronger ligands, distribution of d electrons in EG and T2G sets does not obey Hund's rule. Thus, in a stronger field, the first 6 electrons will go to EG set and the remaining 4 electrons enter T2G set. This can be shown as first, second, third and fourth electron in EG set, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth and 10th electron in T2G set. The distribution of various d electrons of the central metal cation in stronger and weaker tetrahedral ligand field discloses some facts. The first one is whether the ligand field is strong or weak. For D1 and D2 configurations, the electrons go to the lower EG level, which is more stable. You can see here for D1, the electronic configuration for strong field ligand and for weak field ligand is same, both having 1 unpaired electrons. Similarly, for D2 also, the electronic configuration for strong field and weak field ligands is same, both having 2 unpaired electrons. The electronic configuration is Eg2 for strong field and Eg2 for weak field also. For each of D3, D4, D5 and D6 configurations, there is a difference in arrangement of electrons in weak and strong ligand fields. Here you can see for D3 system, the electronic configuration for strong field is Eg3 T2G0 with 1 unpaired electron. The electronic configuration for weak field is Eg2 T2G1 with 3 unpaired electrons. For D4 system, the electronic configuration is Eg4 T2G0 with no unpaired electrons, and the electronic configuration in weak field is Eg2 T2G2 with 4 unpaired electrons. For D5 system, the electronic configuration in strong field is Eg4 T2G1 with 1 unpaired electron, and the electronic configuration in weak field is Eg2 T2G3 with 5 unpaired electrons. For D6 system, the electronic configuration in strong field is Eg4 T2G2 with 2 unpaired electrons, and the electronic configuration in weak field is Eg3, T2G3 with 4 unpaired electrons. For D7, D8, D9 and D10 configurations, the first 4 electrons go to the Eg level and the remaining 3 in case of D7, 4 in case of D8, 5 in case of D9 and 6 in case of D10 ion occupy the T2G level. You can see for D7 system, the electronic configuration for strong field and weak field is same, which is equal to Eg4, T2G3 in both the cases with 3 unpaired electrons. For D8 system, the electronic configuration in stronger field and weaker field is Eg4, T2G4 in both the cases with 2 unpaired electrons. For D9 system, the electronic configuration is Eg4, T2G5 for stronger field and for weaker field both with 1 unpaired electrons in both. Similarly, for D10 system, the electronic configuration in the influence of strong field and weak field is same, which is Eg4, T2G6 with no unpaired electrons. Thus, the distribution of electrons in D1, D2, D7, D8, D9 and D10 configurations in Eg and T2G levels for both strong and weak tetrahedral ligand fields is the same. So, this was the detailed distribution of d electrons in T2G and Eg orbitals in tetrahedral complexes in the influence of strong field ligand and also in the influence of weak field ligand. In the end, let us revise what we have discussed today. Today we discussed calculation of crystal field stabilization energy for octahedral complexes, splitting of 5 d orbitals in stronger and weaker tetrahedral field, distribution of d electrons in T2G and Eg orbitals in tetrahedral complexes. In next lecture, we will discuss the number of unpaired electrons in tetrahedral complexes and octahedral versus tetrahedral geometry in complexes.